That is a very sloppy rendition of 10 Years Gone, which 2 days ago, Jimmy Page very generously shared with everybody on YouTube his demo for that track. And it was recorded at his house over time. And it's got kind of a piece by piece insight into the brain of Jimmy Page and how he orchestrated the guitar parts on that song. It's kind of also interesting too to think about that as his producer side. He didn't go into a recording studio at whatever they were getting charged at that time and work that out, while everybody waited. No, he worked that out at home, so that, when he got there, he would know what wouldn't waste anybody's time. And you can kind of see that, he's hunting and pecking around for what he wants to do, and there's some stuff he's not quite sure of, and some bum notes, and you can almost see, it's like he didn't fix it because it almost it gave him a little map of the avoid notes to not play when they went to the studio. But it's really cool, and I'm glad he shared it just like as a YouTube kind of free thing, as opposed to packaging up all of it into some kind of a boxed set, which maybe it is what is coming, and that's why they put it out. I don't know, but I just thought it was cool. Also, the thing it made me think of is, there's this. It has become popular, this kind of musical voyeurism, or it's not musical voyeurism. It's more like production voyeurism, whereas many of the classic tracks that we know from the past. The multi-tracks are either available or they've been transferred to Pro Tools files and can be shared. So people can, split out various parts of the songs and listen to them in isolation. And now, of course, we've got DAWs that give you the ability to split out the parts of things. And, I've always asked this, why is it, unless you're stealing other people's music to go do like karaoke, why the hell would you want to split somebody else's music? And you're like, well, I guess it gives you insight into how they worked. And it does, I guess. The other thing, it's some kinds, the thing that maybe what we all like about it is when you hear these parts in isolation, you hear that they're less than perfect. And so we really hear the human element in these that you don't hear in the complete package. It's there, but it's because everything's, you're hearing the drums and the whole production, that little scrape there that you never noticed before, or the squeak in a bass drum pedal. And I don't know if everybody likes to hear that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure they don't. But I know musicians and people that are interested in recording and production, get a kick out of it. But, with this advent of the possibility of AI music taking precedent in the popular music world, does that just create another market for all the music that was pre-AI to be repackaged and sold in this kind of voyeuristic manner? I don't know. You can almost see that the market for hearing when humans were still behind all of this, let's pull it apart and see how they did it. Or even better, like what you see with the Beatles stuff, is if we could have some footage of them like actually working together in a room and talking to each other and arguing passionately about a part that they want another guy to play, or, you know, that's the humanness of the recordings that we hear. And, you know, we don't get to hear that in the recording, of course, but it seems like that's the drive now, that people want the human element. And I always wonder, is this AI thing also a way of the music industry then kind of like repackaging pre-AI and selling it as a different thing, not just as music, but you know, instructional, or as I kind of said, it's like voyeuristic. Like, let's see them bitch at each other about their playing, you know. Let's can we hear you know, Eddie Van Halen giving Mike Anthony shit? You know, like, is that what it's going to come to? I sure hope not. But if that's all there is, I'll take it. Peace out.